It is truly the most wonderful time of year, but it's also the most wasteful time of year, so let's change that. During the 2025 holiday season, the National Retail Federation is expecting holiday sales to surpass $1 trillion for the first time ever. While the entire world is certainly feeling economic distress, there may be a slight drop in holiday spending, and Americans especially may be cautious to spend money this holiday season with the recent shutdown, but it's still expected that the total spending will rise. With extra spending comes extra waste, which is usually around 25% more during the holiday season than other times during the year. Americans throw away 316 million pounds of food during Thanksgiving, and there's usually an extra 25 million tons of trash between Thanksgiving and New Year's Day, and a third of it is packaging materials. Wrapping paper alone, they estimate 4.6 billion pounds being used, which, in case you can't conceptualize that, it's enough wrapping paper to wrap around the earth several times. Okay, enough doom and gloom. I do think stats are important to share to put into perspective, but I also think they can be incredibly daunting. So let's just break it down and we'll focus on handmade decor for the holidays. Also, hi, I'm Maria. I share all about conscious consuming, slow living, sustainable living, and food. So if that's interesting to you, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. The first step for any holiday season is decorating. I'm big on decorating for October, November, and December. I also have some general winter decorations, but Americans spend over $6 billion alone just on decor every single year. And 25% of that decor that is purchased each season ends up being donated after just one use, which is crazy. I save all of my decor every single year in very nice stackable bins, which I thought was normal, but I guess it's not. But by doing it this way, everything stays nice and protected and I can reuse it year after year. I actually thrift for decor all year round, but we are going to go thrifting today and we'll see what we find. And if you're wondering whether or not thrifting actually helps the environment, the numbers behind secondhand holiday decor are powerful. Holiday lights, ornaments, and wreaths are among the most donated seasonal items, so they're pretty easy to find. Thrifting reduces carbon emissions by up to 60 to 70% compared to buying new goods. And secondhand shopping diverts 1 billion pounds of waste annually in the US alone. So let's do a quick thrift trip and see what we find. I am wearing my Grinch Christmas shirt and we're gonna go thrifting. Ew, it's rainy and cold. I'm really excited. Every year, every winter, I usually go thrifting for like some holiday decor. So I'm going to take you with me today and we're going to see what we find. I got my Grinch shirt, I've got my water, I've got reusable bags in my car. The weather is disgusting. We're going to go anyways and we're going to have a great time. All right, let's go. Let's see what we got. We're here at my favorite thrift store, Ambets in Depew. This is the thrift store that does not usually have a large selection of holiday decor, but I do have some specific things that I'm looking for here that I think I might find here that are going to help with holiday decor. So fingers crossed, and we'll see what we get. I don't actually need any stockings, but these are really cute. These are so cute. Sadly, I did not get them. They were plastic, and I did not buy everything that I touched during these thrift trips that I'm showing you, but I did just want to show you what kind of decor you can find at thrift stores. So many little knickknacks and serving platters that were holiday themed. I did, however, make the mistake of shopping the day after Veterans Day, so usually these shelves are super full, but they were not this time, but that's okay. I also thought it was a little ironic to find the free Starbucks cup here because this was about the time that the Bears were being announced, and when I saw them, I thought, I'll just wait a little bit and the Bears will be at the thrift store. I would be lying if I said that I don't buy new holiday decor. I feel like I do pick up 1 or 2 new pieces for my collection every year that we absolutely love, but I would also say that about 75% of my collection are made up of really cool thrifted finds or decor that's been passed down to me from family. I'd include that in the 75%. It is still gross. Still rainy, but I did find a couple things I want to show you. So first off, I'm looking for containers for my clips and pins for sewing. And I found these 2 vintage mugs. They're freaking so cute.
One of them has like a really big scratch, so it's never gonna get bought. So I'm gonna run it through the dishwasher, see how clean they get, and then we'll see. But I think these will be great for quilting clips.
Just editing Maria popping in to say that using old coffee mugs to hold quilting clips is actually genius, and these are great because I can move them from the dining room table to where I iron, and it just is perfect.
I went in looking for a Christmas photo album. I had really high hopes, and I did not think I was gonna get them because it's something so specific. But I found a Christmas memories photo album. It's not quite what I had pictured, but this is a beautiful coffee table book, so I think it's gonna be great. There's like empty slots for these, but I might just position all of the pictures over each thing instead of having it like so perfect in each one. But this was so cute. It was $3.48. So I think this is great. This is exactly what I'm looking for, and it will make a great coffee table book for the holidays. I got 2 DVDs and 1 frame, which are always on my list for looking for stuff. This is for my travel wall, and these are just DVDs that I didn't have but wanted: Couples Retreat and Frankenstein. I went in looking for some sort of Christmas sheet, some sort of backing to use for a project that we're going to make together, but I was unsuccessful in that avenue of finding a specific Christmas themed one. But I did find a Christmas red pillowcase that I can cut apart and use as the fabric that I'm looking for, as backing fabric for the little project that I have. So I think that's going to be great. And then I did find this really large sheet. It's got like these vintage looking flowers on them. I think I could make it a quilt backing. One of my projects I want to make is a scrappy flower quilt. This would be such a cute backing, and all the fabrics that I have for it so far that I've thrifted are like vintagey florals. So this is gonna be so cute. So I found that not Christmas related, but I think it's gonna be good. Okay, so we're at Goodwill. So let's go see what they have. It's still really gross outside. Cold, wet, rainy.
Okay, this thrift store had so many good finds. It was actually really hard for me to not bring home several pieces, including parts of this Christmas village, and actually editing Maria wishes that I brought home the library. Here we are. And it was around this time that I noticed that this thrift store had so many Wonder Shop pieces brand new on the shelves, and we'll see it later at the next Goodwill too, which makes me wonder if Target donates their leftover decor to Goodwill or something, which, like, I guess it's better than the landfill, but also why don't they just keep it for the next year and sell it the next year? Then it's less that they have to make. I know that doesn't make sense financially for a billion-dollar corporation, but I think they should do it anyways. These are the kinds of decor pieces that I bring home. It's the style of decor that I grew up with and the style that I decorate my house with now. Apparently brand new rolls of wrapping paper also end up at the thrift store.
Okay, I did already drive to the next thrift store, but I want to quick show you what I got at the last Goodwill. I got this cute snowman decoration. I have to fix the hats and the scarves a little bit, I think, to make them so they sit lower, because you got the noses and the mouths on each one. So I gotta play with this, but it's so cute. This was $1.99. And then I found 2 books that would be good for baby showers. I have a couple that are upcoming. So Santa Claus. So this one is The Nightmare Before Christmas, Hello Santa, or I am Santa. So it's all about Santa and the Nightmare Before Christmas. So I thought that was cute. And then I also got Barbie the Nutcracker on VHS for me. Yes, for me. I watched this movie growing up so many times. I needed to bring it home with me. Okay, funny story about this one. At the vet office, there is a room with art of a fat tuxedo cat in the vet office. I have a fat tuxedo cat, Waffles. He is always put in that room for vet visits, and I happened to find Hubbard. And I happened to find the art of the fat cat. This is the exact art. It's like huge at the vet, but this is the small print of it. So we're coming home with this.
Okay, side note to my side story. In the next house, I want to make a gallery wall of cat things to go like above where we put their cat food. I think that'll be super cute, and this is definitely gonna go in with that.
And the last thing that I found is this Santa and Me. I'm pretty sure this is me. Yeah, the Santa and Me frame. I don't have kids, but I have a photo of me as a child, of me sitting on Santa's lap, and I'm dressed as Santa because I went for Halloween as Santa that year. So I'm going to print that picture and put it in the frame. The mat of this is really dirty and damaged. So I'm going to take the mat out and just print the photo as a 5x7 and it'll fit in here. And this was $2.99. A couple years ago, I started thrifting Christmas themed frames to put like our childhood photos in and like family photos for Christmas. So that's a perfect addition to the collection. Okay, I'm at the next thrift store, so I'm gonna go in, and this is the last one I'm going to today, so we'll see if we find any other Christmas finds. Okay, see you soon.
I would say about half of the total amount of holiday decor that was out here was brand new Target decor, which is awesome and definitely good for people who are just starting their collections. I do hope that Target decreases what they manufacture every year, though, after they donate so much to the thrift store. The store had so many fun pieces, and if we were already moved into our next house, I would have come home with a lot of other fun things like skiing Santa and some of the really cute snowmen. But I really just don't want to store decor this year if I don't have to, and I honestly would have filled the cart with some of this decor. So I picked out pieces that I just really loved.
Okay, that was successful. So I got this huge spool that is a full spool of ribbon. It gives me like Ralph Lauren Christmas vibes for $3.99, so that came home with me. I got a couple winter decorations instead of like Christmassy. So snowflakes are falling, winter is calling. It's so cute. I'm trying to do some like winter decorations for the home this year, so then I'm less seasonal depressed. I also got these falling snowmen. The wires have to be like rebent on them, but they're so cute. This is $1.99. The other side I think was $2.99. I found this Christmas decoration. It hangs like flat against a wall, but it's like a little tree with little ornaments. I think this will be super cute. I found 3 embroidery patterns printed on fabric, and I think there's thread inside for each one, so that's pretty cool. I got 3 tapes: The Wizard of Oz on VHS, How the Grinch Stole Christmas Dr. Seuss on VHS, and then the Hulk DVD. I found another winter decoration of a cute little snowman, and then this cute little thing of glassware. It's got like Coca-Cola shot glasses in it. I think that would be so cool on our bar. And then this little spiral vase. I'm not quite sure what this is. It's like a magnet holder thing, and I think this is a deck of cards. So a couple things that I'll probably donate back. I really wish it was like build your own bag or something. I know that probably would not actually work, but there's oftentimes that there's something that I really want in a pack, but comes with stuff that I'm not going to use. So anyways, let's head home.
I would say this was a really successful thrifting trip for home decor that's holiday themed, and now it is still November. My Christmas decor does not get put up until the Friday after Thanksgiving. It's my tradition every year to switch the house from fall to Christmas on that day. So these pieces are going to go in my basement for now. I am going to start making some decor early though with you now. I have a lot that I want to make this year. It's not all going to fit in this video, so maybe we'll do part 2. Let me know if you want to see more. Making your own decor saves money, it cuts down on waste, and it lasts longer than typically cheap plastic decorations because you put care and creativity into it. You're more likely to reuse it year after year. A lot of store-bought holiday decorations are made of PVC and other plastics that just aren't recyclable and end up in landfills at the end of their life, usually after a season or 2. But when you create pieces from natural or upcycled items like fabric scraps, dried citrus, scrap wood, foraged greenery, you keep those materials in use instead of letting them be trash. So I choose biodegradable or reusable because biodegradable will break down naturally, and reusable I can reuse year after year. Homemade decor also avoids the entire footprint that comes with the mass production of items. Every time you choose to make something instead of buying it, you skip the manufacturing, the packaging, the shipping, all of which add carbon emissions. Even simple swaps like making a garland from dried fruit or scrap fabric, it reduces the energy and resources that go into making the items and transporting them. And natural or reclaimed items especially have a much lower footprint, and it shows that upcycled materials reduce emissions by more than half compared to buying new. Now, I wish more than anything that I could go and forage for garland and make some natural garland, but I am severely allergic to pine. That's what Christmas trees are. I'm also allergic to spruce. if it's green and outdoors, I'm probably allergic. So instead, we invested in high quality garlands that we put up every single year. This year, I dried some blood oranges and star fruit and made my own garland for our front windows. The blood orange slices almost look like stained glass, is what somebody had put in my comment section, which is so true. It's such a cool effect. And I reuse my strands every single year. So these are the new strands that I made this year, but I still have strands from 5 years ago that are perfectly fine. So we reuse our strands every single year. And when the strands start to break down, then you can compost them. I'm going to try to cut these as thinly as possible. Okay, that's pretty thin. I think this is how thin I'm going to aim for. And we'll see. They do look really cool. These are awesome. They're getting pretty thin. Now we have to bring this cutting board downstairs and not drop anything. If you watched my last video, you know that we are planning to move. And one of the reasons is because I don't have a big enough kitchen here. And I really hate going up and down the stairs a million times with heavy things. This isn't heavy, obviously, but it is just inconvenient to bring downstairs to be able to use the dehydrator. Ooh, I forgot we had cider down here. Okay, this has to go upstairs so we can drink it. So this is actually set up for sourdough. It's got all my sourdough mats in it. We don't need them. We're just going to use the wire wraps. So now for these, we just want to space them out. They should not be on top of each other at all. And I have 6 trays here, so I should have plenty of space to be able to do that. Honestly, might only take like 3 trays, if that. Tray 1, tray 2, and tray 3. All right, here we go. I wish I could bottle up this smell though. It smells so good. All right, back upstairs we go. Back down I go because I forgot to grab Christmas movies. Oh my god, the whole basement smells like oranges already. Okay, here's my stack of Halloween DVDs to put away. Okay, so I've got a whole stack of Halloween movies to put away, and then I've got to pull out Christmas movies. I did this whole physical media project maybe last year, and it is still like one of my favorite things because we no longer have a giant stack of movies everywhere. So now I get to go through my binder, the Watkins Family Media Collection, and I'm gonna pull any Christmas movies that I want to watch during the season. So I have these both on a spreadsheet, but then also the covers of the DVDs. And I just made this in a document so I can access it and edit whenever. I will probably print new ones whenever I have like more than 20 editions. Okay, A Christmas Carol and A Christmas Story are my first pulls. Elf, I want to pull Elf. Of course, 4 Christmases. And I think I'm gonna also pull Frozen. It's been a while since I've watched that Disney movie. Feels like it's in the vibe. Ugh, The Grinch. Gotta pull that one. I thrifted It's a Wonderful Life, and I've never seen it before, so I think I'm gonna pull that, and we're gonna watch that this year. And then we're also gonna pull Jack Frost. I have 4 of these bins. This holds our entire DVD collection. Miracle on 34th Street. We'll pull that. I've also never seen that. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. We're gonna do the Polar Express. I have already watched it for the season, but I am gonna pull it in case I want to watch it again. It's one of those movies you just never get sick of, you know? The Santa Claus movies are next. Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3. I do actually think that's it. Those are the usual movies that I watch every Christmas. I'll take these and then I'll put these all upstairs next to the TV so I can flip through just the Christmas movies and decide what I want to watch when I want to watch it. This frame and then 2 other frames that I have previously thrifted that were in my craft closet ready for photos. And it does look like the mat is not one that you can just flip over, and it is pretty dirty. Isn't that adorable? All right, so we're gonna take the mat out. We're just gonna recycle the mat. Is this not the cutest? Oh my God. So I printed a lot of different photos
These are all of our matching pajama photos. This is a Christmas card, a picture of us at the Rockefeller tree, our adorable animals in front of the tree. All right, I want to put that one in that one. And I think this one in this one. I think that'll be cute, right? I look for these frames all year round, and trust me when I tell you I do find them all year round. Okay, that's so cute. I'm obsessed. That is adorable. My husband and I met at a grocery store, and that's where we both got our first jobs. Well, my first job, his second job. So I thrifted this at Ambets, let's see, for $3. Brand new. Truly can't beat the price. Do you need like a full-on screwdriver? I love them all. Adorable. So I guess I could do something like this and it would just be like to the side, but I don't love that. So I think I'm just going to go over the pages.
I don't think this had been picked up from the thrift store yet for two reasons. One, the scratches, not scratches on the cover that are just on the glare, but that doesn't really bother me at all. And the mark that was next to the Christmas memories, it's like this really dark black mark. So I just covered it with one of our favorite holiday photos, and I think it looks great. I thrift things all the time that are imperfect, and I just cover them or fix them in my own way.
I almost just taped this in upside down.
When I put Christmas album on my thrifting wish list, I was actually just envisioning like a standard 4x6 album that I could just put our Christmas photos in. But the cover on this was beautiful, and I knew that I wanted to use this as like a coffee table book that I could put out during the holidays, and I couldn't resist.
Yeah, okay, I think this is gonna work.
I don't feel bad about covering up the holes in this scenario because the pictures aren't super protected even if I put them in the holes. There was no plastic or anything like that to protect each individual photo like a typical photo album, so I think it's okay to just cover these. I guess I'll update you in like 50 years maybe? All of these photos we also have digital copies for, so I don't necessarily think the plastic is 100% required to keep them safe, but I don't know. I labeled each page with the year that we wore the matching pajamas and then what the design was on them because some of them are hard to see, and I bet in 50 years I'll be like, is that a gnome or is it the dinosaur pajamas? I guess I'll never know. And we did forget to take pictures one year, but I did have a picture of Pepper on my lap with me wearing the pants and then my husband kneeling down with his telescope wearing the pants, so that went in there too. I also added our pet photos from last year because we took some really cute pictures of our pets under the tree, and I wanted to put them with our PJs. This is how the album turned out. I truly love it. I did also cover this little section of copyright text, which is unnecessary in my opinion for a photo album, but I do think it just looks so nice, and it's going to look so nice on a coffee table, and there are plenty of pages that will be filling this for the rest of our lives and probably never run out of room. So I'm so glad that I found this. Okay, time for some holiday sewing. I've also been on quite a sewing kick, so we're gonna make our decor too. I started with this giant quilted bow. I also made one previously for Halloween, and I needed to make a Christmas one with all the secondhand fabric from my local secondhand craft store. Kind of local, it's an hour away. They're all remnants and scraps, which was perfect for this project. The next video that I have coming out that is filmed already, that I'm just working on editing, is going to be a more in-depth about how to actually make these projects, these sewing projects, so stay tuned for that. I did make an error with this, and I cut the 4x4 squares as 5x5 squares, so then I had to go through and trim them, but I do have a plan for those other pieces, so stay tuned for that, because we don't waste anything in this household. And I'm so sorry that I'm putting the video tutorials in its own video for both of the sewing projects and the other sewing projects that I want to do. That's because I have 4 hours of footage about how to make these things, and I want to include so much of it, and this video would easily be like an hour and a half if I did all of it in one. So stay tuned, that video will be out within the next week. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and then turn on the notification bell, and you can get notified when that video comes comes out. Also, my cheap $20 iron from college finally kicked the bucket, so I am borrowing my mother's really fancy quilting iron for now, and I definitely think I'm gonna invest in one. Here is the pillowcase that I thrifted, and this is perfect backing material. It worked out really well. The only thing for this project that was brand new was actually the batting, because you cannot just use like any organic cotton batting. You do really need the high loft batting. Ask me how I know, because my Halloween bow, I just used organic cotton batting that I had, and it is super floppy and is being held up by a hanger. I mean, it works, but I really would like this to be on its own, so I did buy specific batting for this that the pattern requested. Okay, I lied. These zip ties are also new. Obviously, you can't like reuse a zip tie, but we did already have them in the basement, so it's not like I went out to buy something new. All this fabric was secondhand that we used, the batting was new, and then the zip ties were new. Okay, and I guess the thread is new too, but I think I'm getting a bit too technical. Anyways, I used another zip tie to make a loop, and then it was ready to be hung, and I am so obsessed. This has vintage vibes. It matches all of the rest of my decor perfectly. It was mostly secondhand, and it looks beautiful. I really love it. I honestly want to make a bow for every single season because they are so cute, and I really love looking at them on the inside of the door. I also made a KitchenAid bowl cover, which is reversible. So it's winter on one side and more holiday themed on the other. This was a really easy project to do and took literally less than 10 minutes to actually make. I also joined a Christmas sewing club, and I got 4 different sewing kits to complete. I completed the stocking pot holder. I still have a table topper, a pillow, and a hostess gift bag to make still. My goal with this season is the exact same as other holidays. Slow down and be more intentional. We know the numbers, and if you didn't, I shared them earlier. Billions spent, millions of pounds wasted. But the flip side is that we have so many opportunities to do better in small, joyful ways. I want to make things with my hands. I want to reuse what I have and create memories this season instead of buying things I don't need. I think we forget sometimes that sustainability is not about perfection. It's about intention. It's choosing to add meaning back into the things that we do year after year instead of just rushing through it. So skip those Target aisles. Don't go to Hobby Lobby, thrift your decor instead, make something homemade, or just choose to reuse what you already have. I watched a video on TikTok of somebody saying that they get new holiday decor every single year because their theme changes every single year. And I hope that those decorations are going to a new home if you really would like to do that. But also, you don't have to change your theme every year. I don't have a theme. I just kind of pick decorations that I like and curate them over a long period of time. The projects and the traditions are the things that we remember, not the stuff we bought. So that's my goal for this holiday season, to be more present, be more mindful, and create a home that feels festive without creating more waste. If you're doing the same, I would love to hear what you're working on or what you want to thrift this year. If you want to see more slow living projects or sustainable swaps or DIY ideas throughout the season, I'll be sharing them all month long, but let me know if there's something specific you want to see. I hope this inspires you to create a holiday that feels good for you, your family, and the planet. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Happy decorating for the holidays, and I'll see you next time.